Okay, the first one is, I think I wrote it over a year ago. It's called One Summer, a fictional recollection. That summer, the days bled into each other. The skies appeared bleached of colour under the hammer of midday sun, leached of their natural hues, like the dying corals of the great reef. We wandered, dazed, like weary somnambulists, drained of energy, sapped by the desiccated heat of that year's summer drought. Days seemed like they would never end, and we condemned to suffer eternal pangs of want as we sought the merest hints of cooling breeze. The molten air sat upon us with the weight of 1,000 blankets, suffocating with breathless desire to expunge all memory of sensation. And then those drawn out evenings offering tempting relief as that demon's sun died slowly in the western reaches, flooding the sky with bloody red as if it had drained earth's tired veins. Its sanguineous face slipped slowly beneath the quivering lip of horizon to drowse in its vampire's lair, waiting until the next morning to rise and bleed us dry once again. Second one, I may have read it in another open mic, so some of you may have heard this one. So I started thinking about doing some post-pandemic reflections under the collective heading Coming Back Up for Air Again. And this is one of the first ones. It's called Some Contemplations on Breathing, which I think is kind of germane considering the nature of what happened over those 2 years. Staring up at sky, sky on sky on sky. The breath is barely a ripple of a lazy summer breeze on a flat pond. It sits there unseen, unnoticed, as one never conscious in dream unconsciousness. Like sun's rays that surreptitiously finger skin, touching but without sense of reckoning. Just part of the everyday scene of life progressing in an orderly fashion, nothing to see here, nothing out of kilter, out of step, nothing until something occurs to break up the daily pattern, reassuring as that seems faded to a neutral grey on the cusp of self-awareness. Then the sudden fault cracks the geological facts on the ground. A rift, a tear in the fabric of normality appears suddenly to dislodge and disturb the equanimity of our dormant senses. Our breathing, until now unnoticed, takes on a new urgency as we realize how ineffably we are entwined within that embrace of gentle breath, the imperturbable stir of a gentle movement that denotes a life taken for granted. What it means under a new set of parameters to be struggling for air, counting the receding seconds, breath by breath. Now, a final reckoning, sudden realization how we depend on it, the delicate, soft movement, more delicate than the movement of a finely tuned, jeweled timepiece. Eyes now opened wide, and wider still with each gasping intake of the precious invisible molecules. Now we can grasp finally that tantalizingly thin line that separates the living from the dead, life from death. And finally finish with a short one. This one is a sonnet, When the Dust Settles. When the dust settles, damping down gritty showers of golden flakes, the day releases its tired frown, as newborn rays of sunlight streak through breaking clouds after peals of rain, stirring up soft rose-petaled scents to expunge the grime of the day's hangover, refreshing aching senses. The cool relief is palpable as freshening breezes clear the sweat from crumpled bodies, incapable of raising one more weak refrain. And all will be well for a short while yet, until the dust rises from the earth again. Thanks. Thank you.